thinking of the Amazing Atheist guy, Richard.
No, Richard Gere.
The actor?
Yeah. Put a gerbil up his butt.
I refuse to believe that.
No, that's true.
No, it didn't. We don't have to. No, we don't have to look
First
it
of all,
up.
it's true. First of all, I wouldn't have to look it up because it's true because it's funny, so I just believe it.
Okay.
Second of all, it is true. In fact, typing in Richard Gere movies, Richard Gere age, Richard Gere wife, Richard Gere gerbil.
Oh, I'm glad.
Oh, that's the gerbil off the butt thing?
Yes!
Okay.
But that was reinforced by Eminem, I think. Or maybe he didn't say his
No,
name, but...
he had a whole song called Fact, which...
Richard Gere?
No. Eminem.
Yeah, okay.
Where at the end of the song, because I know it well, he's talking about, you know, oh, I already came twice, I can't come again. Your finger just went in my ass. And then he comes, and then some fucking shoves a gerbil up his butt. That's the whole point. Like, it leads to, it's like him fucking, like, normal, and then I think he's fucking again, and he's like, oh, damn, it happened again. Golly gee.
I think that's another, like, urban legend that just kind of arose out of, like, deep-seated homophobia, though, because I remember, like, hearing that gay men would put, like, gerbils up their ass as, like, a pleasure thing.
Okay.
And I think it's just because, like, you know...
Did the gerbils get out?
No.
I don't think this has ever happened.
They just live there?
They die. They crawl around until they suffocate. It's like what the fucking... I'm no expert.
To me, if it's any
but I have to imagine they're not
happened.
just like hanging on like the rim, just going like, yeah, comfy.
Yeah, nuddling along.
Yeah, no, I think they're crawling up a tube and realizing till it's too late that they can't get out.
Terrifying.
It is. It's actually...
You're talking about it like it actually happens.
Because I believe it actually happens. Not to, like, gay men in general, to Richard Gere
Specifically.
Yeah. This is how Richard Gere's gerbil went out.
The one that we know about.
Yeah.
There could be
a
whole colony.
We know about the incident. We don't know if that was the one time.
I gotta tell you, gerbils...
Go on.
They're not small. They're smaller things than gerbils they're like guinea pig sized, right?
Let's
How big is a gerbil?
Yeah, how big is Richard Gere's asshole? Actually,
wait,
he might just have a
no. They're
manhole.
Small. They're small.
They're
small. That's a gerbil.
Snopes.com. Richard Gere and the gerbil.
Okay. Yeah.
A hoax urban legend claims Richard Gere had a gerbil removed from his rectum in a hospital emergency room. That's
you know what? Fine, I'll believe it.
Yeah, you know what?
It's the funniest option.
Yeah, Renine, I told you that. I will just believe something if it's funny enough.
Like that Stevie Wonder can see.
Well, he can. That's not. There's nothing funny about that. He's been lying to the United States and the good people of the world for decades now.
Humanity.
For at least 50 years.
Yeah.
Because he was around the 70s, right? So, like, fucking... Yeah, he's doing the whole...
Yeah, he's copying off of Ray Charles.
Yeah, that's what really gets me. It's like, all right, I can believe one blind pianist.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna give me Stevie.
Yeah.
Who sees Shaq in an elevator, says, "What up, Shaq, big dog? How you doing?" And then he presses his own elevator.
The thing about Marilyn Manson was originally manufactured by radical Christians who wanted to shut down his shows.
Mm.
So they spread.
Well,
rumors
then why'd
on
you
the
make
internet.
him sound cool?
Yeah. Public perception of him as a controversial and disturbing figure. Similar things happened to Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper. I don't know if anyone ever said anything. I've never heard anything about either of those people that was, like, disturbing.
Yeah, no.
Except I think Ozzy beat the shit out of his wife.
Probably. And his eyes.
But that's, like, fine to those radical Christian crowd people.
Unless they're
like
saying that
You need to get... Actually, that's what they do at the marriage. That's how you, like... some... the Jewish weddings, they step on glass. Yeah, Christians, they just kind of pistol whip people. And,
yeah.
Are they saying the bat thing is fake? The biting the head off the bat? Are they saying, like...
That, too.
Because that could see how that came from, like, a Christian, like... Oh, he's satanic. He eats the heads of bats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you remember, like, those, like, interviews they would have with him where he would go on, like, or his fans would go on, like, not like Oprah, but those shows that are like Oprah, and then there'd be like a bunch of concerned parents, asking like, why do you listen to Marilyn Manson? And the kid would be like, because I just want to kill people. And then like, I think it was the beginning of being edgy though. I think no one knew that they were being edgy.
It's also typical media. They're just being like, hey, we can make a lot of money on fear, so let's put the dumbest teenagers we could find that are just like, I want to kill people.
Yeah.
That's why I like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Completely removing it. It's like, think about like all the dumb teenagers that got into grunge in like the 90s that were completely removed from like the Seattle scene. Like the grunge grew out of the fact that like all these teenagers were addicted to heroin and they were like making music and they felt like they felt rejected or not heard from like Reagan era like politics.
Right.
But like the United States saw that and like flannel and greasy hair, heavy guitars. I like that shit.
Yeah, everything always has to like fucking come down to an aesthetic.
Yeah, when you remove it from its core value, it just becomes the visual like.
Yeah. Interesting segue though, because I did watch half of that
the Eminem-Sized
Hole in America thing, and how I really like how she talks about how like subcultures are basically non-existent now because people don't gather at music like centered things. They don't gather at like concerts and stuff. And then she shared a clip of some artist like playing his most popular song to his whole like Gen Z crowd, and he was like, sing the words with me, and like nobody knew him because they only knew his songs from TikTok.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's like there are like weird subcultures in Gen Z at the same time, but they're not really like they're all just based strictly on aesthetic, and they didn't even come from anywhere though.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like how grunge started from something and then became an aesthetic. The Gen Z like thing is like the aesthetics are just born as an aesthetic, and so you're like this core or that core or whatever. Yeah. You're like emo girl or fucking like e-girl. Or like like some kind of grunge.
Crunchy girl.
Yeah, crunchy girl.
It's like people that want to go outdoors. And
the granola people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it like I think the internet and TikTok especially does a good job at like what you guys are saying. It's a repetition. It's an imitation of an imitation of an imitation. Like it's so far removed.
A copy of a copy of a.
Yeah, right. That like at least back in like Gen Z, if they saw like we had Pearl Jam kind of coming off of that Seattle scene. They're from Chicago. Who gives a right?
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
They kind of have like some sort of touchstone to go off of. But like nowadays, if you're 10 parts removed, what does it mean anymore?
I didn't understand it as a teenager, but now I understand it. Where they used to say like Stone Temple Pilots was like this manufactured like grunge group. Like you're not even authentic, you're not real.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is because they were like a California band making grunge music, and like this California band signed to a major record label making grunge music. It's like, what the fuck do you know about the grunge scene? What do you know about grunge music? You're just imitating the sound and the style. You don't actually understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
Which, that tracks. Because I guess I don't know. I can't help but think, like, I don't even know how did musicians back in the day develop and find their calling? Because, like, you figure nowadays everything's so hyper-commercialized that they're going to, like, it's gotten to the point now where we can just create the ideal look and the talent can come second.
Yeah. Well, I think it used to actually come from, like, people would be hanging out with their friends and they all played an instrument and they would grow up, like...
Right, you'd have to, like, send in a demo to a record label and be like, please sign me. I want to play on the radio.
Yeah.
Which, again, radio's not dead.
Radio's not dead.
The fact that people listen to podcasts tell me radio's not dead. I actually think that...
But people want to listen.
Yeah, people want to sit down and just... Sometimes it is nice to watch the boob tube and watch moving pictures and listening to it and watching it. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to do something else and listen to something.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
I still think it's a friend simulator.
Oh, excuse me?
I still think that podcasts are a friend simulator.
Oh, with the parasocial relationships you have with podcasters?
Yeah, it's like,
not me.
I hang out with those guys.
Pat Dean follows me on Instagram. We're mutuals now.
We're friends.
Yeah.
We are friends.
There's a podcast I listened to where I followed both of them, and then, like, one day he posts something, and I, like, swiped up. I said, fuck, you are so Irish.
What did he do or say that
Nothing. He literally posted a picture of himself, and I'm like, fuck, dude, you are so Irish. And I'm like, if you come to Beverly, you'll blend in. And he's like, hysterical. Thank you. Follow me. I'm like, thank you, Pat Dean.
Oh my god.
But yeah, they're not your friends. Like, these people never met you. Let's fact that, he's this guy reached out. He followed me because, like, that's funny. That made me laugh. That made me chuckle. Yeah. I am Irish. Thank you. Otherwise, you could say anything to any celebrity. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be your friend now.
Except for everyone listening. You're our friends, and we love you.
Yeah, I do love you. Don't get that twisted. Oh, man.
I remember hearing the first time I heard, like, Friend Simulator, it really, like, I had to take a walk. Like, around the block, you know, like a lap, like...
Yeah. Did I say that to you first?
No, I was watching these two guys, they review movies on YouTube, and someone's like, fuck these guys, they have bad opinions, and this is just a friend simulator. And I was like, what? And I kind of, like, brushed it off, but then the more I thought about it, the more it, like...
It was true.
Yeah.
Do you remember who they were talking about?
Movies. Just, they review movies that come out.
No, who was the podcast? Who was the...
It was a YouTube group, Red Letter Media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once, I found Bert Kreischer, I was like, this... I was like, I'm gonna go try to put this into words why this is all stupid. Once I heard that guy's voice, everyone was like, you gotta listen to Bert Kreischer, and then I did. I was like, this is sad. They just want, like, to feel like, you know, because he's like the one guy in every friend group that's just like...
There.
Well, you know the movie
Van Wilder? He's just, like, obnoxious and, you know, he doesn't fucking... He's not funny or interesting, but he's just always there to, like, kind of add shock factor and just, like, laugh a bunch. There's always a guy in a podcast who just, like, laughs a lot. And then it's, like, that's, like, the funny friend or the one that, you know, I feel like it's just the one that makes it, like, a functioning, like, friend group that everyone kind of, like, had.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
he's the fat guy that took off his
thing.
shirt, right? Like, that's his whole thing is, like, whoa, I got no shirt on.
Yeah, and he is, like, everyone's friend in that whole... Like, he is... featured on every fucking, like, Joe Rogan adjacent thing. Yeah. I think the Joe Rogan thing is like a universe, like how
oh, the mothership?
What are those superhero movies? Marvel? It's like a universe.
Yeah, the Joe Rogan cinematic
the podcast
universe.
world is a universe where it's just like the same fucking superheroes just like reappearing on they're all just one giant friend group, basically.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you too. I think the thing about the media, right? Is they will just take people that like, you guys are marketable, we can make money off this.
Yeah. I
feel like there's nothing special about people like Joe Rogan or Shane Gillis or Theo Vaughn, but because they've proven, they've proven that like, oh, you guys are, people like you guys and they like that you guys are friends.
Yeah, exactly.
They would pick literally anyone that made money for them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing special about those guys except everyone says, oh, there's a guy I know that reminds me of like Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Everyone has, like, a Theo Vaughn in their life. And usually these guys are always, like, friends in your own life when, like, you know, when you know them. And, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's the whole... It becomes one of those things where people watch it, not because it's funny, not because it's interesting, but just because they don't want to miss anything. And because it's like that same part of our culture where people chase, like, lore and they chase, like, Easter eggs and they want to know what people are referring to. You ever have someone... like, try to sell you some, like, movie or musician or something, and then, like, when you check it out, you're like, I don't get it, and then it's like, oh, you had to hear the previous albums because they kind of, like, foreshadowed it, and you're like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, right.
But it makes them feel closer to the artist, that, like, oh, she said this in her first album, and now in her third album, she said it again, and I was there the whole time.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
I think about, like...
But also, I like SZA, too. Like, I remember reading this whole thing, like, her fucking albums, like, talk to each other, and it's, like, something that sounds really profound, but then when you actually, like, understand it, it's like, oh, it just rewards people for listening all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I think about, like, you know, we talk about, like, the Eminem says whole in White America. Like, Eminem was an expert at just, like, I'm going to give you enough information to feel like you know me.
Yeah.
Like, he would talk about his mom, he would talk about his daughter, he would talk about his wife. And, like, people then knew their names. They knew Debbie and Haley and Kim, and they said, wow, Eminem is actually my friend. Eminem understands me.
Yeah.
Eminem speaks to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, he might come from where you come from, and he might pity you because he's been there, but Eminem's not coming to save you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he gives you an outlook, but he's not coming to save you. He's not your friend.
I think Eminem is my friend.
You're the exception, though. He is Reneen's friend.
He was my friend when I was like 8 years old, and I was like, I don't know. I was like,
when you hear "Sing for the Moment" for the first time, you're like, oh, he might be my friend.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wasn't allowed to listen to Eminem.
Really?
So you don't know. Wait, hang on.
Growing up, I wasn't allowed
Wow.
to. Yeah. If that gives you... I'm surprised you guys are surprised. But,
Well, white boy, I thought that was like every white kid's rite of passage to listen to Eminem and be like, wow, he's like our Bob Dylan.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
it is, because you listen to one song, you're like, oh, this guy sucks, and then you listen to 100, you're like, he might be the greatest artist of all time, and then you listen to 500, and you go, this guy sucks.
yeah,
You
right.
think that's true about Eminem too?
Yeah.
Circle.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Especially now that he's, had everything post-recovery.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, but
Yeah, which, I mean, Bob Dylan kept making music until, like, the 90s, so, like,
Yeah.
he could be the same way.
Yeah.
Whoa, mama.
I'm in the orb.
I'm in the orb.
I think Bob Dylan's also. I think Bob Dylan's another aesthetic. I think he was the one grifting off of like Woody Guthrie, and I did not realize that when I was in my Bob Dylan phase.
I thought that... no offense, I thought you were still in your Bob Dylan phase.
No, I mean I'll still like enjoy it like if it's on because I know it, but I'm not interested in like Bob Dylan. I don't fucking care if I learn anything about it. If he came to play in Chicago, I would probably not go see him. Like I don't care. Even if I knew it'd be his last concert, I probably wouldn't go see him.
Yeah.
If I knew he was dying after that concert, I would probably not go see him.
My parents said they saw Dylan in the 90s, and, like, the entire time, it was literally like he's doing an old person's impression of Bob Dylan. Where, like, he'll just go to the microphone and be like, thank you all for coming.
Yeah, he does. It's like he became the cartoon he was pretending to be.
Yeah.
I think if you play a cartoon for too long, it will eat you alive.
Well, yeah, like, it's the same thing with, like, irony. Like, if you're a guy who's, like, always ironic...
Yeah, you become Sam Hyde.
Yeah, well, now you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you become permanently unserious.
Yeah.
And
Or you cried wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what took you off the Bob Dylan train?
I realized Woody Guthrie was a fucking, like, very political, very socialist, very,
This machine kills fascists.
yeah, like, not aesthetic, right? He
Mhm.
was, Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan are the same thing, except Bob Dylan just modernized it. And, I mean, Woody Guthrie was his favorite thing in the world, so he just kind of, like, it's almost like if you looked at your favorite artist and you were like, okay, if they were alive, what music would they make right now? And then you just did that. That's basically what Bob Dylan did with Woody Guthrie. Except Bob Dylan never actually said anything. Bob Dylan's like an apolitical. He's literally just like a pop star.
Yeah.
Who took the folk aesthetic of Woody Guthrie.
Yeah, he's a liberal. He cared about like the social standings of like marginalized groups, but he doesn't like actually care about like how they got there.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, racism is bad. We should stop it.
Has he ever even said anything? Like, not in a song?
Not in a song? I don't know.
Has he ever even said anything? Does he even think? I don't think he thinks anything. I think he's literally just a dude who sold his soul to the devil so he could play the fucking guitar and write really good lyrics and, like, just stay famous. It's like, there are people who are famous because everyone loves them, and then there's people who everyone loves because they're famous. I think I had to realize Bob Dylan is good at being famous, and so everyone loves him. Because he writes these songs, and you don't even know what they're about. He doesn't know what they're about. He's just like, I don't know, he kind of almost wants to say, like, the devil told me what to write down because I sold my soul to him, and so I knew every song would be a fucking hit, But then you have, like, his most popular songs, like a Rolling Stone, and it doesn't actually... It's just like a bunch of smoke and mirrors and...
Yeah. I feel the same way about Jim Morrison. I never liked Jim Morrison as, like... So there were people who, like, loved the Doors.
I think everyone knows that Jim Morrison sucks now. Something happened where everyone knows.
Well, I think
a
lot of people realize, like, oh wait, his dad was like
a Fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Morrison.
Like
Frank
Jim
Zappa,
Morrison glowed.
Yeah.
I think big time.
The Doors are a fucking government band. So is the Grateful Dead.
I think so was it Crosby, Stills and Nash?
Maybe, I don't know.
Government band in the sense they got money from Uncle Sam. The
They
same
have-
way that like Jackson Pollock got money from Uncle Sam.
I think
The
in
sa-
some way they were like hired by the government to make music to make people like either like do acid or like just ruin
Oh.
themselves.
Yeah, imagine if, like, I don't know, today, you saw someone like, I don't know, it was a famous General Millie, which it would be different if it was General Millie's kid. But if General Millie's kid suddenly is like, hey, I'm a famous pop star now, you'd be like, something's off here.
Yeah.
Why is General Millie's kid a famous pop star?
Yeah.
Which I'm waiting for the coup.
His father was in the Gulf of Tonkin. Morrison's, not
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vietnam.
Yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin, which, you know, caused us to go into Vietnam, and it was a false flag incident.
Oh.
Yeah, Jim Morrison's dad was in charge of that.
Very
He
interesting.
was like a captain in the Navy.
Meanwhile, the Doors never said anything against Vietnam.
Yeah, they were an aesthetic. They weren't actually like. This was after. I think there was a true moment in time in the '60s where a human collective consciousness was growing,
Mm-hmm.
and people were actually interested in like not being attached to material, not being bound to I don't know, like nationalism or money or like anything. They just wanted to be actually like spiritually free and just like live in the moment, be kind to other people, and just like reject anything that was actually bad for the soul. And then I think the government was like came up with like some COINTELPRO fucking thing, like how are we gonna stop this? People are becoming anti-war, anti-government,
Yeah.
anti-everything really that like threatens like the government's power. And so they made acid in a fucking lab. They did MK Ultra so that they could accomplish at the same time, like MK Ultra in my head is basically like we have to make a drug that can make people basically just like capitulate themselves,
Well, like, I think...
and then also have music kind of like hijack the music and drive it wherever we want people to go. And that's why right now you have a bunch of like white people go to fucking bluegrass and weird like jam band shows and they just take fucking acid and trip out and make themselves stupid. And then they also did the same thing to like the black community with making hip hop like subversive. And then I don't know, it's just
Well, like... It just escaped me. What were we
Oh,
just
fuck.
talking about? We were just talking about acid.
I was saying what I
I think with
MK
MK
was.
Ultra, I think people get caught up and they think like, oh, they were designing acid to be a mind control device.
No,
And I don't
yeah.
think that's 100% true.
I think they made
it
it-
was meant to. The study, I think MK Ultra was successful in the idea that they realized that a sedated or drugged up individual is easier to manipulate.
Yeah.
It's not so much mind control, but I think it's like. And now I am ripping this from the Trevor Moore tweet that he tweeted before, they pushed him off the ledge. Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, truly. But he's literally like, what if they learned from MK Ultra that it was... listen, I'm not going to quote it without actually knowing what I'm talking about, but he basically said, like, that's why everyone is on, like, SSRIs now, because, like, they realize, like, we can do it if they're
I think
on
they
a
made
drug.
many drugs. I think MK Ultra resulted in many different drugs that accomplished many different goals. And I do think they have a mind control drug. I don't think we know the name of it, or maybe we do, but I think there is a mind control drug that was their ultimate objective in MK Ultra. I think it came to a conclusion and they were like, it's a success. We can make somebody kill themselves if we want to. Just abduct them in the middle of the night, put a black bag over their head, bring them to our lab, give them the drug, and then say, you're going to shoot up a school, like...
What if governments learned from MK Ultra experiments that in the 50s that trauma allows you to control people, so they purposefully orchestrate disastrous events to keep citizens afraid / dependent on them, and that's one of the reasons that mental illness has been rising. LOL.
LOL.
Just covering his tracks.
And this guy got pushed off a ledge?
Oh yeah,
This is the guy from WKUK.
Whitest kids you know.
Trevor. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, shit.
And then like what, a week later he died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he was always on that though. Like
He was always like an honest, like that guy was good.
Yeah.
That guy was a good person. He was not like a...
and they just started getting back
Celebrity.
together too. Like the WKUK people during like COVID, they would play like D&D all
Yeah.
virtually and stuff, and like getting the band get back together.
That's a good form of a friend simulator, Whitest Kids You Know.
Mm-hmm.
The show?
Yeah, that group is like somebody that
Oh,
I totally
yeah.
was like, oh, these are my friends. But I don't think it was cringe, like how, like,
I think up to a degree. I mean, like, if you watch a sketch... I feel like you can get pretty liberal with that term. Like, SNL's a friend simulator. It's just a sketch show. Like, I don't know Lorne Michaels and all them. I think it depends.
But they don't actually, like, hang out. I don't know, maybe they do. I don't know.
I think it crosses the line when you start getting into the lore of it.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
you,
yeah. like,
start reading these people's, like, bios and, like...
Yeah.
And when you start, like, following what... Like,
Yeah.
you think you're in their head, just watch the funny man.
Well, it's when it's most
Listen to the
profitable.
music. Go outside. Yeah.
You know, I think that's why, like, Wikipedia, like, articles exist truly, because they want you to be able to look up these people who are famous and be like, get to know them. I want you to, this person's living. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need to know about anyone until they're dead and their story's written.
Yeah,
Truly.
yeah.
But,
That's true, yeah.
but for living people, they go, hey, this football player, this quarterback who just signed with your team, here's the full spread of his life. Look at his stats. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll do good for you. Get invested in this guy.
That's what's popping.
Man, same shit, different day. I tell you, I'm between jobs right now, and I always thought that would be like, man, I got a week to myself. It's like, man, doing nothing. And then I have shit to do, and it's like, oh, I have all this free time, now I'm busy. Like, it sucks. I hate it.
Yeah, you get in love with it. It's like summer vacation when you're like a kid, and then you're like, this is all gonna end.
Right.
Yeah. Did I tell you I was thinking about going back to school just to be a teacher, just because I'm like, I just want my life to be easy.
I don't know if being a teacher's easy.
I
You
would.
get the summers off and shit, and get spring
True.
break, winter break. You
What
get off
grade
work
would
at
you-
3? That
what-
sounds like a fucking great trade to me, dude.
What grade are you trying to work?
Whatever I have to go to the school the least amount of time for. So.
You'd be a great music teacher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like the art teacher.
Yeah, you don't have to teach, like, I don't want
You
to
know,
call
should I just go to a school and just be like, can I teach here?
What do
if
you
it's
guys
like an
do?
elementary school, all they want to do is like a background check, right?
I don't jive too much with those charter schools, but the reason they're so popular is because you don't need a teaching degree to work there.
No.
What the fuck is a charter school? I'm sorry.
the government ran but privately owned.
Yeah,
Public school?
yeah.
Wait, no.
It's
sorry.
a way to.
It's publicly funded, but it's owned by like a company or a corporation or
Oh,
a
okay.
person. They're awful, but
They're bad.
but he is right in the sense that they will just hire anyone off the street.
can
And
walk
if
in.
you could also get that experience, then leave for an actual school once you've been like, hey, I worked here as a music
True.
teacher.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, imagine that, dude. Dude, if I could just like live a life where I get out of work at 3, I'll happily take $40K a year and I'll just be like, shut up, this is enough.
Yeah, right. As long as you're happy.
Yeah, you know, because like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Not all of us want to work hard. I don't want a lot of money. I don't want to work hard. I just want to...
That's a concept I've been trying to illustrate to my parents, and they don't
Yeah, they
get
can-
it.
That
It's-
some people just don't want to work hard.
Well, that I don't like. They're like, well, does that job like? Are you getting enough money for that job? Like,
Oh, yeah.
well, it makes
Oh.
me happy,
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I would rather be poor and happy than like rich and miserable,
Yeah.
right? Like, I have friends that are making good money, but like they never go outside and they work long hours and they're just like sure you get all like the milestones in life, but like it doesn't seem quite fulfilling. It seems
Yeah,
like you
no, they're-
can't live.
There are people living in Brazilian favelas right now that are happier than I will ever be in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
People in Vietnam, they're
Exactly.
fucking happy
Yeah.
because it's not too hard. You just work and it's like all the difficult things that like there's no pressure to like go out of your way to like grind yourself all the way down for nothing for like $1, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we really have lost something and the U.S. may have never had this, but I often think about, like, the Silk Road countries. I don't often think about the Silk Road countries, but when I think about
But when I do.
when I think about Uzbekistan, I think about just, like, having these open-air markets where, like, people will come with their families and, like, go to a bread stand and negotiate prices.
Yeah, you
and
know,
just,
that's-
like,
We need that.
we've never had that, and why don't we?
Well, and
We have farmers markets, but where's the open air market open every day to the public where anyone can set up, say like, hey, I'm selling bread today. By the way, hey, do you mind if I have a booth tomorrow? Yeah, we'll set you up at section, 8A.
Yeah.
You know.
There's this dude that has an Instagram page, and he's just the corn guy. Like, he sells corn on the street, and, like, it might be, like, the West Bank, or it might be Jordan, I don't know. And, he, like, everyone knows him, and if I show you his posts, like, every day, he has, like, little tiny children as his customers, because he's the corn guy, and he sells corn in, like, a cup that's, like, this big, like a Dixie cup. And, like, the first time I found his Instagram page, I was, like, overcome with, like, emotion. I was, like, first of all, these kids, wherever the fuck they live, they don't have adults with them, and they're fine. Like, they kind of run the streets, the children. Like, they'll pull up on a bike or something, like a group of 5 kids, they'll start, like, wrestling each other. I think it's, like, they're just, like, safer or something, because maybe there's not that many people at work, and there's people that are always at home that are just kind of watching them, like, maybe outside in the streets. And the corn guy is just, like, the most, he probably is more loved than, like, anyone that we know, because everyone fucking knows him by name. They know exactly, like, what corner he'll be at and shit. And it's just, like, he's, like, the center of the neighborhood, in a way. And, I don't know, I was like, this is so sad for us. Like, we just don't have that, you know?
We don't.
Our kids get fucking abducted if, like, no one, you know. And there was a time in the U.S. where kids could just, like, run around the neighborhood and stuff and ride their bikes to where the fuck ever. And, like, you know, if you saw, like, some kids, like, hanging out on your block, you could just, like, invite them in for a Pepsi or whatever, and it wasn't fucking weird, because not everyone was, like, a pedophile or a child abductor. But we just don't have any semblance of that right now, and I'm like, that is so sad for us.
And I think in the U.S. there's this overcorrection for it too. Like, you can still ride your bike wherever you want to go, right? Like, but because you'll see something on the news like, oh, a child's been abducted, or John Wayne Gacy. Like, when I was growing up, my parents were like, this guy is everywhere. Like, don't trust anyone. And that, like,
yeah.
Again, if that tells you anything.
Yeah. I also think that Charles Manson was, well, he was also actually involved in MKUltra, right?
He was actually, like, the experimentation.
So remember how I said MKUltra was there to, like, do mind control and to, like, take control of music so that it could steer, like, what people are, like, doing and thinking about and what culture they're, like, engaging in? Another thing was destroying public trust, and that's what Charles Manson was all about. I remember Charles Manson being, like, just a thing that people would joke about, like, in middle school, you know, like the Kool-Aid murders or whatever. And it's always a joke until you actually, like, grow up and read about it, and then you're like, oh shit, this is serious, and this has always been serious, and this is, like, a very big deal. This was something that was probably an orchestrated plan to take something away from the people. And it did.
Yeah.
And now we just have jokes about it or whatever, but it actually did destroy public trust. It was to make people stop wanting to sleep in tents and go be, you know, hippies and be free spirits or whatever. So they had to go and basically create like a Frankenstein, like a murderer, so that people would be like, stranger danger. Like, that was born.
It's also not lost on me that the year of the Manson murders happens to be the first year of Nixon's presidency. The guy who was anti-hippie and wanted to destroy the counterculture.
The war on drugs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why we can't have a corn man in the neighborhoods, because because of the public trust has been completely obliterated.
You know, I do not long for the balkanization of the United States, because I know it would be violent and it's going to be bloody, and when it happens, and unfortunately I do think it's when and not if, I hope and pray it's more like the western edge of the USSR falling than it was Yugoslavia. But I don't think the United States, in the grand state that it's in, can have something like that. I think when it breaks up a little bit, I do think there's going to be sections of the countries that can have that. That can have, you know, the corn man, and can have the open air markets, but the way that we operate now, it's not going to happen. It can't happen the way that's happening now. Right now, I genuinely think things are unsustainable.
Yeah.
And something's got to give. And something's got to drastically change, because right now things are fucked.
It's bad.
It is bad. I saw, you know what, I hate to be doom and gloom, but I saw a photo today that said, like fucking gear up liberal, this is your future, and it said, like, you are here, and it showed Trump 25 to 29, and then 8 photos of J.D. Vance. And it did genuinely be like, oh no. Like, there is a possibility that this is year 1 of 12 before we can think about, like, a new path.
Unless Illinois' very own prodigal son, J.B. Pritzker, wins the presidency.
Sean, I don't know how to tell you this.
No, it's okay. When he wins, we'll celebrate. It's fine.
Illinois' #1 podcast. I regret to inform you, it's not going to be JB. It can't be. JB is going to go down as a great governor, but if he became president, I think it would destroy his legacy, and I don't want that for him.
As like a bad president, or just like as a loser?
I mean maybe both. I think he's a fantastic governor. I think he has the good reach that he's able to, and he's followed through on many promises. But I also think he was like the first governor to like outlaw BDS in the state.
Well, I mean,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you're now going to make him the president of the United States when one of the most divisive issues of our day is, what's happening in Israel. I just don't know if J.B. Pritzker is going to be viewed at in a positive light. The same way that Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania. If the Democrats nominate him, they're stupid.
And they are.
And they are stupid.
They're so stupid. They might. They were talking
about nominating Rahm.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel still might. Rahm Emanuel still might be in the running for like a potential presidential candidate, which is crazy. Do you want to talk about?
Why are you yelling at me? Yeah, no, Rahm Emanuel. As Illinois' #1 podcast, we will support Illinois politicians, except for, if you were a bad politician. And Rahm was just a bad guy, sans politician.
I think he might be like pure evil.
Yeah, he actually might be.
Yeah, I think he might be living, breathing evil.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Emanuels, the entire family, I don't trust them, and it's a shame that they have so much power in this country. And if the Democratic Party nominates them, then they deserve the fiery death that they are walking into.
Hey, does Eminem vote Republican?
No, in fact, it's hysterical. I've seen photos so many times of, like, a white dude with a Black Lives Matter shirt on and a black dude with, like, a Confederate flag over his, like, shoulder. Mm-hmm. And they'll be like, this is Eminem and Lil Wayne. Which is true.
Really?
Yeah, Lil Wayne's, like, a hardcore fucking Trump guy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Lil Wayne, his story...
The Trump sphere is bizarre, dude. It's crazy that it's the current cultural wave, But, like, I would never have guessed that, like, Lil Wayne was
Lil Wayne, I guess his story was he got shot when he was, like, 15. Or maybe even younger than that, to be honest with you.
It became a Republican?
Well, when he, like, came to, he, like, looked around and none of his friends were there. None of his, the rival gang was there. But the only guy that was there that was helping him was the copper. So he's like, they must be good people.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's Lil Wayne's story.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. But, yeah, he got shot, and then he ended that by saying, I don't know what racism is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cop tried to save my life, so clearly racism doesn't exist.
This is why we need to always make sure that we look to celebrities for, like, wisdom, knowledge,
I wish people would realize that celebrities are just laymen like anyone else. They just are a little ballsier than the normal people, so they put themselves out there to be famous.
Yeah, or maybe like you write a good real G's moving silent like lasagna. That's great. No, of course you're famous.
Yeah, Money Banana.
you don't think it was I got 10 bathrooms I could shit all day that did it?
I mean, he has so many good ones that there was an interview where some lady's reading off like his quotes. He's like, "Wow, that's really good. Who wrote that?" She's like, "You." He's like, "Damn, I must be smart." Weasley.
Yeah, Wheezy F, baby. The F stands for phenomenal.
He said that?
Yeah, I think he did.
F stands for phenomenal. That's awesome. I got a mansion in Wisconsin. That's not him.
That's T-Pain.
For sure, but it's still, it's
that's
just...
good too.
Yeah. Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mitch and I were talking about Kanye West, and like, because I saw this post on Tumblr. This guy was like, Kanye has like soup brain, but he has some really good lines
in that soup.
For sure. And like, the more soupier it got, it declines in quality, but on the fly Malcolm X by any genes necessary.
It's honestly, it's the greatest line ever. Put pen to paper.
That's the line on the fly Malcolm X.
No, yes, I'm like the fly Malcolm X by any genes necessary.
Because Malcolm X said
by any means necessary. Kanye said by B-U-Y any genes necessary.
Oh my god, that's so funny, dude. I've never heard that before. Wait, what song is that?
Hilarious.
What song is that?
I couldn't tell.
On the fly, Malcolm X.
By any genes necessary.
That's so fucking good. Dude.
That's so
See, that's
good.
why he's the best. That's why he's the best.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I didn't know he got into a car crash until I watched that documentary.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. I just listened to Life of Pablo like all the way through today on my bike
It's
ride.
great.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
It came out when I, like 2016, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
2016, 2017. Yeah, that was all over the place. That was my introduction to, like, Kanye.
Hey, how come
Yeah.
people can like John Wayne movies, but we can't listen to Kanye?
What did John Wayne do?
John Wayne was just a piece of shit.
Oh.
Well, granted, also the people that watch John Wayne movies...
They
they're
typically
pieces of shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
John Wayne didn't write on the fly Malcolm X
Okay.
by any genes necessary.
True. That's true.
You think that shit comes to him like in his sleep?
I do. I think Kanye.
How do I become like that?
Get into a car crash. Because he was just making beats.
After his car crash?
I think after the car crash, that's when he like really got into his own music.
Wow.
Life is Short or something. That's
Yeah.
also why he has like giga head. He used to have like a normal sized head. Now
It has grown bigger, hasn't it?
Yeah, and
His
like,
head has like
No, I think
Yakubian
that
like
happens to men. Men get
expansion.
fat heads when they get bigger, older.
What?
I've just noticed, like, I've seen enough men age where their heads get fatter.
I suppose that is
Their heads
fair.
get fatter,
Yeah.
Like,
But, like-
best example, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
He
Yeah.
does.
His
I
head
think he's just been
he's got a
drinking.
pumpkin.
You know what though? To be
Yeah.
fair,
Straight pumpkin.
he's always had a round head, and I think when you get like old and fat, like round heads are just gonna become like fatter and rounder.
I have a
Yeah.
terrible fate.
Even if they're
30
not, even if
years?
they're not getting fat though, like they just kind of get thicker.
Right. That's
so their
the
heads
his
get
face
thicker.
is getting fat.
Yeah.
But he's like staying the same.
Yeah. So like he just looks like he's just like bloated in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened to my cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's got a fatter head. Fat head.
If I keep my beard really big, it won't matter. That's my thought process behind this. When I was in high school, I'm sorry, it was a year after high school, I grew my beard out, and I shaved because Waldo Cooney's like, hey, you gotta shave.
Mm-hmm.
I had gained so much weight in that time, and I didn't realize it. Like, the first time I saw my face, but I remember what my face looked like before I grew the beard, and I saw what my face looked like after I grew the beard.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The jaw doesn't lie.
It was so demoralizing. It was actually like, oh, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm actually really sad right now. It was so bad I thought Trevor was going to break up with me. I was. I'm like, how did I get so fat? What happened?
What did
What
happen?
I got fat. I don't know. Like, I had a beard so I couldn't see like my cheeks getting wider.
Okay. Yeah, you got jollier.
I did get jollier. And it was harrowing. It was like, no. Don't put it back, put it back.
I wonder if it's like I feel like the actual skull will get wider on men. that aren't
Isn't
even-
it like your ears and your nose never stop growing? So like, wouldn't that make
Yeah.
sense for your like head?
Why? Your ears never stop growing?
Yeah,
Yeah, look it
that's
up,
why
look
old
at
people
old
have like
people.
fucking big ears.
I thought it's just kind of
And
like. I think they just sagged. I didn't think.
No,
They
they're
kinda
growing.
get bigger.
They're growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you'd get smarter if your head got bigger, but it seems like all the old people are dumb. That is my hardline take.
Then we should put them in Wyoming.
Yeah, that like old people suck.
You've come around.
Yeah. Old people suck.
Have you ever heard that, folks at home? If I was the president, which God forbid, I would take every old person, 70 and older, and say, listen, you've got 5 years, but you're all going to Wyoming. and every old person has to live in Wyoming.
Hell yeah.
70 or older.
Hell yeah.
There's 500,000 people in Wyoming. We could pay everyone who lives there to leave, and then just be like.
I thought you were gonna say like to take care of them or something.
No. We're gonna take everything they think Florida is. We're gonna make Wyoming.
Okay.
They're like, oh, we're gonna retire and we're gonna live nice. Listen, by 2100, it's probably gonna be underwater. We may not have a Florida. Where are the old people gonna go? Send them to Wyoming.
It's also awesome.
Old people should stop determining elections. So let's
Yeah.
just put them in one state where they can fuck up one state.
Right.
Now every old person's electoral college vote is just Wyoming.
Yeah.
And then everyone 69 and younger can get down to business.
What I really like about this idea, and like the true genius of it, is that people move to Florida, old people move, because it's like, the weather's nice, and it's warm, and like, they don't... And so you send them out to the fucking frontier.
To the Rockies?
Yeah, to like eat each other. That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you liked Florida? You'll love this.
There's 50 of you, and only about 10 coats. Figure it out, you know? Like,
Right.
yeah. Blood sport.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I do think we should be a little bit meaner to our elderly.
I actually, a true take, the second you start getting your Social Security check, you can't vote anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also,
That-
if you're getting your Social Security check, you can't run for office. I saw a politician be like, hey, I was against Social Security, but I actually just started getting it, so now I think I'm for it. I'm like, alright, so you should stop being in office.
Yeah.
How are you getting Social Security if you're in office?
Yeah, how? Why? Don't you want to retire? I don't want to work. Why do these old people... I mean, I understand why, because it's a job and you get paid and all that shit.
No,
but like,
that's not why. It's because they don't want to submit to being irrelevant and not having any influence, and that's why like they make other people have to tear the power out of their cold dead hands, because they're like, we have the most infantile like old generation, I think, in the history of all mankind.
I agree.
The way that they fucking like just can't let anything not be about them, the way that they're just like they're hated from both sides, like from their older...
Yeah, Renee, it rocks. It rocks that the older generation were like, hey, boomers, you guys are the laziest fucking generation we've ever seen. And then everyone younger than the boomers like, hey, boomers, you fucked up everything for us. Like, everyone above them and below them agreed, like, hey, boomers, you guys actually fucked up everything.
Yeah, and they think everyone else is the problem. They're just like as delusional as...
Funny how that works.
Yeah,
it's
they
always
think
someone
everyone else
else.
is the problem. And so that's why they always go for office. I think it's because, like... I think the hardest thing about getting old has to be, like...
Irrelevance.
I'm going to be irrelevant now.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, what I say
I
doesn't
look
matter.
forward to that. That's crazy to me. Just be like, I don't want to fade to, like...
Because we had the opposite life that they did. We have one where, like, we can't fucking, we've never had a voice, and we've never had, like, any influence, and we never had money, and, like, we're just, you know, so used to having to fight for it. They're accustomed to it. It's like taking a baby out of a crib and, like, making him sleep somewhere hard and cold. It's like...
I think about Dianne Feinstein voting on a bill at, like, 2 o'clock on a Monday and being dead noon on a Tuesday. Because she was 90 years old.
Yeah. Wait. Repeat that?
Dianne Feinstein voted on a bill on, like, a Monday.
And then she died 2 days later?
And then she died the next day at noon. Like, less than 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Of, like, natural causes, too.
Yeah.
Because she's a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah, she coughed.
Yeah. First of all, I've been waiting for Mitch McConnell to croak for fucking 24 months now, and that's not because I want him to croak. It's because he looks like he's been deteriorating slowly but visibly.
Also, another thing about boomers and, like, what the fuck are they doing?
Stop yelling at me. Come here.
How weird it is to be so fucking loud politically when you have no future. You're shouting over the generations that are going to follow you to keep steering the ship, and it's like, for what? Like, what future? You guys don't have a future.
Well, that's why we're in a death spiral.
No,
they're taking us down with us.
Ban old people from, like, town zoning meetings where we're like, what do they care if it's like, I don't want these apartments built up in my neighborhood.
Dude,
you're gonna be dead in 5 years.
If you've ever gone to, like, a local town hall or something, when your senator or representative is having, like, a, you know, like a get together to just kind of talk to the community, if you ever, like, take a day off work so that you can fucking go to one of those things, it's all old people because they are retired and they have the time to just sit there and bitch and complain.
Yeah.
For every, like, 20 old-ass, retired, nursing home-age people that are complaining to, like, my representative, there's, like, one young person who... I don't even know how they manage to get the time. I think you have to be so committed to having, like, a political voice that you, like, get an odd hours, like, kind of job, or you take a day off or something. It's just, like, just from that alone, just the way it's designed. They have these town hall things at, like, 3 p.m. and shit on a weekday, and it's like, who do you think's gonna fucking go? Who's gonna go to those and make themselves comfortable and, like, and be, like, the only voice that's heard, you know? Like, why is it like that?
It's stupid that
It's so annoying.
don't have civil days off. Like, we should get days off for voting.
Yeah.
And we should have days off to, like, actually engage in whatever's going around us, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to go to a town hall meeting. I can't because, well, I'm not working now, but when I was working, I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, like, Midlothian hosts town hall meetings every Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's like, alright, so, the like, middle of the week, and also you have to be working a 9 to 5 in order to go. Like, I work second shift. Once I work second shift, I'm not going to be able to go ever.
Yeah.
Now they live stream on YouTube. Thanks for the transparency. I can't ask you questions via live stream YouTube chat.
Right. Right. Did they let you call in?
I don't believe so.
I
Which, by the way, every town hall meeting, starting with the Pledge of Allegiance, is maddening.
Right.
You are a city, a municipality in the state. You don't need to pledge allegiance to the United States of America. Get on with the fucking business of the meeting. Taking this time to LARP and be like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Shut up and get down to business. We have fucking apartments to build.
Yeah.
You pledge allegiance to the flag. What is this? Who's making you do that? Who was watching over you to make you do the Pledge of Allegiance at a town hall meeting?
Right.
I can't believe it. I wonder if mine does that. I really should use this time sometime in the next month to go to one of them and just
see what happens.
See what happens and also say something. I want to be a nuisance because fuck the
Old
sixth
folks.
the 6th district. Yeah, fuck and the old people. Honestly, I kind of want to start I want to start the movement. Like if one of those like old, if you're over the fucking age, I'm a cunt. I'm gonna say like if you're over the age of 55, shut the fuck up. You don't have a future anymore. You are 10 years away from retiring. Please shut up. There are other people who are desperate to speak who actually have a future at stake.
Yeah,
you know?
if 20 years from now doesn't apply to you, then sit down
Exactly.
and shut up.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to go there and do that. I want to go there and not just say to my representative like, hey, I think you taking APAC money sucks. I do want to say that, but I also want to turn to the crowd and say, hey, there's a lot of people here that are very like loud and very old, and I find it disgusting. I find you disgusting that you're even fucking here right now so that your opinions can be heard. Fuck you. Fuck you. There's people like me who like have to take a day off for this shit. And I have, assuming I live to life expectancy, I've got like 50 fucking years. So kindly, I should be allowed to ask you to shut your mouth and let me speak. Your time is over. You had your time and you used it to do like 8 wars. You had your time. You had your time to fucking kill everyone you wanted to kill and you did. Are you happy?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Our turn now. Our turn. You don't have to like it. Go home. Eat mac and cheese. Eat creamed corn.
That's the other thing. Like, a lot of these old people, especially like in this neighborhood stuff, right? Like, I think they get a sick enjoyment not from like bettering their lives because they don't do anything. They sit at home and eat creamed corn, right? They get some sort of sick enjoyment of taking away from others.
Yeah.
To them, that's somehow like, it's not elevating other people. It's bringing people down to their level.
They hate their posterity. They hate. You know how like the right wing is like they hate us. They love to say that as like a pearl clutching. Like look at how much they hate us.
Yeah. These
It's
monsters.
like okay, maybe people hate you. That's not like that insane, right? For people to hate like them, but to hate your own posterity is actually insane. To hate your children and their generation, to hate them the way that they do is absurd. It's like mental illness. It's like why
It is illness.
it's like if I hated like a child, if I hated my child, it's like.
And they never want to say, oh, that's the other thing that I fucking hate about boomers. They're not straightforward. for a group of people that are like, well, yeah, I just like to speak my mind and say it how it is. No, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You don't. You have to say you don't like DEI. What does that stand for? Just say you don't like black people, and
Yeah.
we get this over with, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love children. No, you don't. You vote. No,
Yeah.
you don't. You vote against their interests all the time. Just say that, and we can move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're not very smart. They're not very smart. There's a bunch of people at the local pub, that they love to show up with their MAGA hats and like sit at the bar
Really?
and drink. And they're like 80 years old. Yeah. And every time I look at that hat now, and I really mean this, I almost expect it to say "fell for it again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally, that's how branded it is in my mind. When I see it, I just see this stupid fucking guy, you know. I hate to say it like that. I hate to like look at our elderly and not be able to be like, oh, you know, what a sweet guy. But I can't. I can't do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I just see this old fuck, you know, who's like been a truck driver his whole life, been a drunk his whole life, been getting paid like, you know, above, I don't want to say above what he deserves, but they're like collectively like boomers are fucking overpaid.
For sure.
To just sit there with a stupid fucking like, you know, statement on his head. It's like, it just aggravates me. I'm just like, just shut up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The worst part with the
Who cares what
boomers
you think?
too is like, there's a large section in this country that thinks like, oh, well, when they die, their wealth will get dispersed to their children, so like we will eventually see their wealth. No, because they're downsizing and selling to these corporations so they could live in a condo in Florida. Meanwhile, your single family home is now owned by BlackRock
Should
because
be like
they were able
Airbnb.
to offer more than fucking
Yeah,
any working class family was able to offer.
yeah.
That's fucking. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's literally your point. We need to ban corporations from owning single family homes. How does that make any fucking sense? Again, if I had it my way in Illinois, I'd make it so you could own one property. If you live in a house, you can own one house.
And actually, I think that's what the founding fathers intended when they said, like, you know, the right to own property. They didn't mean...
Right, you can own as much property as you
Yeah,
want.
they meant everyone should be able to own and control some property, and they should not be denied that, you know? But then it got to this point where one person can own 40% of the fucking houses, and not even live in the U.S. The dude could live in, like, Canada. Like, what the fuck is the name of that one?
Your fucking neighbor. The guy who owns, like, 8 buildings?
I wish.
More?
There's a neighbor across the street from the house I grew up in. He's a Chicago public school teacher, but his father was a landlord, and he inherited all of the homes that he owned, and he was able to buy more homes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it's a money-making machine. real
He
estate.
owns 63 single-family homes in the south side of Chicago, and he purposefully only rents out to Section 8 because it's a guaranteed check from
Right.
the government. Now, you tell me how this Trump supporter will motherfuck these welfare recipients, but they're actually the middleman because he's receiving the check.
Yeah. These people are not smart. They
No.
are not smart.
They
At all.
That's the thing. I think he's fully aware of what he's doing. I just think he doesn't give a fuck because fuck you, I got mine.
Yeah.
He's a Greek immigrant. These people weren't even white 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, no, fuck you. Trump's looking out for me.
Yeah. And also, like, I feel like it's over. I don't want to sound like, boy, I'm really having a good time here.
Yeah, I see.
You know, you guys just keep talking. Me and Meep are gonna. I think so. Like, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention that. Like, part of it is just like racism. Like, I don't trust black people, so I'm fine fucking them over. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind when Palestinians die because they don't look like me, so I don't mind fucking them
Yeah.
over.
Or
But
even-
when Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, that looks like me. Now I'm worried.
Right. He's a white Christian. I'm a white Christian. That is clearly me that just got murdered on that stand.
Yeah.
Right. That's Friend Simulator.
Which also, it's like,
Yeah.
well, goddamn, people don't realize, like...
These jeans were black when I came over.
Yeah, I know. I had the same thing. I had to stand up and... Yeah. She needs a brush.
Man, it's just bullshit. I don't know. People, like, will vote for, like you said earlier, they'll vote for policies that are negatively impacting people because they think, like, oh, well, it'll do this, and it'll do that to them. When in reality, like, they don't realize, like, oh, people that look like me get affected by that, too.
Us.
I've told Mitch this before, and maybe I'm saying this because of the way I look, but, like, I think if I put on a MAGA hat and just spout Marxism, I feel like people would be like, no one would fucking get.
Yeah.
None of these people read.
Yeah.
Right? And if I just say the right thing, like, don't you want things to be cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you want housing? Yeah. Like, MAGA, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's actually, I hate to give any credence to that Jackson Hinkle or whatever his name was.
I think he's cool, so try it.
Well, that's the thing. Sure you do. He was right when he's like, if you're a conservative, you should be a socialist.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Well, that's why I like him, because he has their ear.
Yeah, that's really it. And he's got like millions of followers on Twitter. He's got reach.
Dude, he goes to fucking Yemen and shit, and is like, these people are cool, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, Americans are seeing that shit because of you. Fuck yeah. I don't go too deep into like everything he says, but I know he's a I've seen enough of his
a
like,
MAGA communist is what he describes himself as.
You know,
that's kind of right.
It all starts with economics.
Yeah.
Everything else is cultural. Everything boils down to either economics or culture. That is it. And one of those things matters, and another one you could argue matters, but not really.
No, it's all a dress show.
Here's my beef. How come it seems to be like if it's not capitalism, it's socialism, and you're a commie for
they always pretend like there's a third magic hypothetical option. Because like everyone is like, yeah, capitalism is bad, but that doesn't mean socialism is the answer. It's like, motherfucker, those are the two opposite like ends of the spectrum. There's no third option. It's either more capitalistic or less capitalistic and more socialistic. That's it.
Well, the Catholic Church has the Pope, I think it was actually Pope Leo the 13th, believe it or not. He was like, hey man, now mind you, his system predates socialism. Yes, that is true. Where he said like, man, I'm looking at this industrial revolution, I'm looking at like what capitalism's doing. This shit's bad. This shit's bad news. So what if we did this instead? And I think the system is called like distributism, but it basically is just like use what you need and share what you can. It's essentially socialism, but like through the capitalist.
It's socialism. I'm sorry.
It is. No,
I like how socialism is like such a bad word that I get to feel like how MAGA people feel when they say like
I'm persecuted.
Yeah, or they get to say like I don't know, like DEI or something, and it's like, yeah, there, I said it, you know. I'm not afraid to say things, but they actually are. I'm like, well, socialism is like the bad word that I get to say.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I'm like, you know, I didn't need permission for that one, you know.
I think there's two things that's going to play there. Why, like, socialism is such a boogeyman. I think, one, again, the boomers, they grew up in a Cold War, and so they think anything socialism or communism is, like, inherently evil, right? Like, they just drank that Kool-Aid way too far.
Which, again, I think the big problem with that is, and I'm sorry, because you did say two things.
Well, the second thing is that they don't care, because they got their thing out of capitalism.
Yeah.
Right? There's, like, no more juice left to squeeze, so if they're like, hey, you guys should share, like, well, and they will never say it, but, like, they don't give a fuck, they're dead in 20 years.
I think the greatest mistake that the Marxist-Leninists made was the attack on religion. Trying to destroy religion. Because I think the Catholic Church aligning themselves with the capitalist West during the Cold War was entirely based out of a war of convenience, where the communists were atheists and vowed to destroy religion, which wasn't even what Marx fucking intended when he said that. And it's just, I think if they were like, hey, we want you to be, you know, if you belong to a religion, stay belonging to that religion, which is what they fucking promoted, by the way. But had they just fucking, if they weren't destroying churches, because that's the thing, they were coming in and they were taking churches and they were like using the materials for like good and like repurposing the buildings. I'm not even saying that like that's necessarily bad, but like as a Christian, as a Muslim, if you saw like these communists are taking over mosques and like destroying them and turning them into, even if you're like, well, they turned it into a multi-use facility for the homeless. Like, well, it is being used for good. Perhaps that's the most Christian use of the church.
Mm-hmm.
But the layman's just going to see, they destroyed a church?
Mm-hmm.
Like, communism and socialism in this country, in a country that was foundationally Christian. Because, mind you, the Puritans were not escaping religious persecution. They were escaping religious tolerance and seeking a place where they can persecute people for not being their religion.
Yeah.
And the Puritans.
Yeah. They said, wait, you guys are allowing Baptists? Fuck that, we gotta go. All Protestant to me. No true Scotsman, no true Christian with these people.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not Catholic, you are not a true Christian, so it's beside the point. This is a Catholic podcast.
we can go with that.
I am stealing that line from a podcast I liked. Shout out to I Learned Nothing. In the podcast, they would just be like, well, folks, this is a Catholic podcast. And it's like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
He would just be officially played at the Vatican's speakers.
Mm-hmm. Any final thoughts or anything we want to talk about? Any?
I don't know. I think we squeezed out a lot here. This was pretty good for the first episode. I mean, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I don't know, something silly or random, or something. Because it was a lot of.
A little heavier.
Yeah.
Had a lot of juice. Had a lot of.
I thought you said Jews.
Had a lot of juice.
Yeah.
Jews. I mean, there were a lot of Jews in this episode, but it had a lot of juice.